Hi, my name is Sachin Karve, and I'm the founder of InstantHealingTherapy.com. Today, I'm going to share with you a very interesting healing experience which happened about 3 or 4 years ago when I was working on a patient suffering from very severe migraine, neck pain, and shoulder pain. I was visiting the Management Development Institute of Hindustan Petroleum for a leadership training program. Those days, I followed a standard practice that at the end of every training program, I would tell people about this particular ability that I had of healing. I would give them an introduction to these quantum healing techniques and would also offer to heal anyone who was suffering from any particular illness. And I would also teach them how to do it themselves so that they would not have to rely on me. There was a gentleman who approached me. He had upper back pain, it's near the shoulder region, and he also had neck pain. So I started treating him. So with my palms, I started sensing his biofield. And then casually I asked him, apart from this pain, does he suffer from anything else? And he said, yes, I suffer from a very severe migraine. Although at that point in time, he did not have the problem of migraine. So he said, currently I have only pain in my neck and my upper back. But he said, usually when I get this kind of a pain, I also very soon start suffering from migraine. So I started sensing his biofield using my palms gently by moving my palms, next to his body. As I started sensing his body's communication, I started getting a lot of sensations on my palms, which was indicative that there was some change which was probably happening in his body. After about 5, 7 minutes, he started telling me that the pain in his neck and shoulders had started increasing. In fact, after a while, he told me that there was severe pain which had started in his head. And in about maybe 7 to 10 minutes, the pain in his head increased to that extent where it actually became unbearable. He had tears in his eyes, and he was almost on the verge of asking me to stop the treatment. I was myself feeling bad that while my intention was to help him, I had actually put him into a lot of trouble. And very soon he asked me whether he could take a painkiller. So I asked him to wait for a couple of minutes. I had already started feeling guilty about myself that I had put him into a lot of pain. But one thing which I had noticed is that, in this healing method that I do, any change is good. So if his body was, creating some change within, the pain had increased, which means there was some kind of a movement which was happening inside his body. And that indicated to me that probably if I did the treatment for a little while more, a further change would happen. So I just requested him to bear with the pain for maybe 5 minutes more, and then probably we would stop after that if things didn't improve. And surprisingly, just about 2, 3 minutes later, suddenly he started burping. Practically, he had more than maybe 10 or 12 burps every minute. So it was almost continuous, one after the other. These burps were coming. And that was an indication to me that his body had started releasing the stuck vat in his body. Normally, what I've observed is that most pain is because of the accumulation of vat, stuck vat, either in the joints or any other place in the body. And in case of migraine, it is usually the pressure which is stuck in the head region. His body started releasing vat after about 5 minutes, and practically hundreds of burps. I told him, I said, look, now that your body has started releasing this stuck vat, let it just continue till whatever time it happens. We will meet tomorrow at breakfast time, and that is when you tell me what you're feeling and what happened during the night. I met him next day in the morning at the breakfast table, and you'll be surprised on what he told me. He said that the entire night he was burping. There was a continuous gas release non-stop, and he said he didn't sleep for even a minute that night. For almost 8.5 hours, his body was releasing gas. When I asked him after that how was he feeling, he told me that he was feeling so fresh, he was feeling so perfectly fine, and all his back pain, neck pain, his migraine, everything had vanished completely. I was really surprised how his body could have accumulated so much of gas which was getting released almost throughout the night. And the next day in the morning, he got completely relieved from a problem which he had been suffering from many, many years. The power of quantum healing is simply amazing. Any one of you who is interested in learning quantum healing, I will be able to teach it to you. You could read my book, Instant Healing for Self and Others, which is available on Amazon Kindle. You can read that book and learn these techniques for yourself. Those of you who are interested in a personal healing session with me can be in touch with me. My contact details are there on my website, www.instanthealingtherapy.com. The link to my ebook is also available on my website. So do keep in touch. I can also do a healing session for you on video call in case you are at a distance away from me. These techniques work, beyond the constraints of time, space, and distance. So it doesn't matter where you are located. I will still be able to do a healing session for you.